I did it again. I didn't add myself to the stage. Hi, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, I want to say thank you to all the people that showed up for my tarot live earlier. It was a lot of fun. And I did a lot of interesting readings on Amberlynn Reid, on her mom, her aunt, a few on Foodie and Salah, but I really didn't want to go too much into Foodie. You guys know how I feel about that. So, what's going on with this react? Well, it seems like there was a part two to the drama between Aunt Tammy and Amberlynn Reid, because oh lordy, it's Shorty did a live stream and got back in touch with Aunt Tammy, and Aunt Tammy was talking again about Amber. And what's the feeling about that? Well, Aunt Tammy, I feel she's taken this stance of I'm not going to say anything until Amber says something. Like whatever Amber says that might be wrong or it's a lie, Aunt Tammy is going to come online and set the record straight. So that was essentially the part two. Aunt Tammy was talking about a variety of things. Uh, you guys are going to see on the Twitter peeps, there might be a part three. Yeah, there might be a part three. I don't know if they're going to go on a panel somewhere and hash it out, talk it out, fight it out, but they're talking about it. So I don't know if that's going to happen somewhere, but there's definitely talk about that. There is some stuff on Twitter that I'd like to show you. So I'll tell y'all what. How about we just get straight into the Twitter peeps like right now? All right, it's time for the Twitter peeps. I've got it all set and ready to go. Okay, and oh, hold on a second. All right, I'm where I need to be. It's Monday. I've had a Monday already. You guys saw in the tarot live. I had my hoodie on inside out. Now I didn't add myself to the stage on StreamYard. I'm not ready for Twitter. What is the matter with me? I'll get it together eventually, and then it'll be Tuesday, and then it'll be okay. So for those of you that are on Twitter that you'd like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. So remember what I said about there might be a part three? Here you go. Here's the receipt from Kelly saying this is getting good. All right. So Aunt Tammy. Oh wait, this is Amberlynn Reid talking. Amberlynn Reid says, what you are doing is vile, but you know that already. I will have a call with you on my live stream. I am confident in my truth and what I have to say. And Tammy says, ready when you are. I have nothing but truth and facts. So I guess Aunt Tammy is going to go on Amber's live stream. And does that mean that Amber is going to be using StreamYard? How is she going to panel up with Aunt Tammy? Or is it going to be a case of Aunt Tammy's going to be on the phone and then Amber is just going to do the live phone call and people can hear what Aunt Tammy's going to have to say? I'm interested to see how that plays out, like how they're going to work that out. All right, something cool from Yog saying best friends forever. So this kitty and the puppers, they love each other. Look. They love each other. See, cats and dogs can get along if they grow up together. Look at them. That's adorable. That's a well-protected cat, I'll tell you what. I don't think anybody would mess with that cat. The puppers would chew them up. All right, also something else is cute from Yog saying, baby flamingo is so happy. Everybody should be as happy as his baby flamingo. It's pure joy right there. I'm not quite sure what it's happy about, but I'm glad it's happy. All right, moving past the foodie stuff, because who cares? Indy says, just a coincidence, huh? That Amberlynn Reid's aunt came on to Oh Lordy, It's Shorty's stream, and at the same time, ALR comes online to talk about her aunt. Love how the girls now need the reaction channels to create new drama to keep the attention going or strike. Yeah, that's why I'm looking at this side eye. like I'm giving the bombastic side eye, like something don't smell right. I don't know what it is, but there's an element of performative here. Like something ain't right. I can't put my finger on it, but something ain't right. B squared says, I don't know a ton of Amberlynn Reid lore, but she just said her aunt told her mom yesterday, you'll be the first one to cry when A passes away. And then turned around and said her mom and aunt haven't spoken in 2 years. Yeah, very interesting. Orange Cat says, sometimes I think Girl World is just the natural result of the Jerry Springer show being canceled in 2018. Not the Jerry Springer show. And I have to include this from Psych Wizard. Fail, FAIL, first attempt in learning. End, END, effort never dies. Hope, HOPE, hold on, pain ends. Fear, FEAR, face everything and rise. Goal, GOAL, get out and learn. I love this. I'm going to save that for later, for me. What else we got here? Anything? I think that's it. The rest is just about Amber going live. So I'm not reacting to Amber's entire live. We're going to react again to Apathetic FAXX. Apathetic FAXX has a shorter version of the live to give you guys the recap of what happened. And I will leave a link for the original video from Apathetic FAXX down below in the description. If you guys want to check it out, check out Apathetic FAXX's channel. So with that said, how about we just, oh, see, I told you, like, I'm just all thumbs today. What is the matter with me? I'm never this clumsy with StreamYard. It's Monday. Are we where we, no, we're not. No, we're not. There's the background, StreamYard. What do I pay you for? Are we ready? Are we good? All right, let's go.
This time, Emily has been pretty active in another creator, who goes by the name Zio the Dreamers, chat. Now we know Emily and Zio follow each other on Instagram and
Okay, let's back up a little bit. This first part of the video I did not know about. I did not know that Emily was talking to another woman. And y'all heard what I said in the tarot live. I think that Emily, man, she's got some issues. She's liking a big woman that's fine if you like big women, but it goes beyond that. Emily, her interest goes beyond liking big women. She certainly does have a type. She not only likes really big women, but it seems that she prefers women who are not only big, but very, very sick, maybe even close to passing away. Like that's really attractive to her for some reason. But I was working and I saw bits and pieces of the Amberlynn Reid stream, and I heard about Aunt Tammy going on, oh Lordy, it's Storty again. I'm like, really? I'm working right now? But I did not hear this part about the other woman that Emily was talking to. But am I surprised? No. I'm not surprised at all. I'm really not. But let's get into that.
drama here in Girl World, especially the Amberverse, never stops. This time, Emily has been pretty active in another creator, who goes by the name Zio the Dreamers, chat. Now we know Emily and Zio follow each other on Instagram and interact with each other in their comment sections. But to take it a step further, in one of Zio's recent TikTok lives, Emily was sending her gifts and even slid into her DMs. The TikTok gifts were recent, like as in a few days ago, and sliding into the DMs was a while back when she and Amber were still together, according to Zio. Now it's no secret this creator is currently bedbound and is also in a rehab facility.
Did you catch that part? Zio is bedbound and in a rehab facility. Right up Emily's alley. Look for the big women that are ill. She's got some sort of fascination with death, I suppose, or people that might get close to death. I don't know.
as that's what she states in her IG bio and where she's been live streaming from. We know this was in fact Emily because that exact account under the name Tommy aka Thomas Slamis is the same account Amber would always tag Emily in. So, when Hater Nation caught on to this and the info started circulating, Emily quickly changed her profile name and pic.
Like, how does anybody know anything about you?
What do you mean?
I mean, like, the only things that the internet ever knows is what you show them, right?
Right. I didn't do nothing. Somebody posted it. And now they're posting Reddit stuff. I'm not a villain, Sky. Oh my god, I can't. Actually,
There might be a little kid.
it pisses me off is that Amber probably is gonna find out about this because people keep talking about it. And I know she's probably, because I know girls. I know girls. And I know she's probably gonna be like, ew, Tommy would never like her. She's probably gonna be like, I'm so much better and I'm actually mobile. Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like hating on me. When, babe, you don't really even know me.
Yeah, but
Hello?
you would do the same thing.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would.
I've never talked shit about her.
You would.
Sky, I've never talked shit
You
about
would
her.
talk shit.
Sky, I've never said anything about Amber.
Oh, sounds like the friend is putting her on blast, saying, "You have talked crap about Amber." And she's like, "No, I haven't." She goes, "Yes, you did." Is that a good friend? Is that a best friend? Because sometimes best friends will tell on you. Is she telling on you right now, Zio?
I've never made
not
fun of
about
her.
Amber.
Like, oh, f- that bitch. Mother, I'm not talking about Amber. I'm not talking about Amber. You're saying it's okay for her to look at me and be like,
no, I'm not
yeah,
saying
Tommy would
it's
never hit that.
No, I'm not saying it's okay for any of that to happen. But I'm saying knowing that there's bullshit and having anything to do with it is a choice that you are free willing to make.
I don't want nothing to do with it.
Then don't.
I don't want nothing.
Nobody put it and made you.
All right.
You did that all by free will. Take
I
some
didn't-
accountability.
I didn't do anything.
Girl, you know what you did.
You're gonna make them think I did something. I don't hate Amberlynn. How I know about Amber is because people comment on my stuff and they're like, I thought I had a salad, or I thought I got a salad, or I thought I got an apple. She was gifting fucking coins. She was gifting fucking corns. You know what that is? It's nothing. It is their relationship, or was, or whatever the case may be. I honestly, see, I almost said something. My prediction is they're gonna get back together. And I
don't think they ever stop being together. My personal opinion. I just did a tarot reading on those two. They never really broke up. It's like they did before. Didn't Amber say before, y'all, like, oh, her and I are broke up? But she lied, didn't she? She lied. They were supposed to be broke up for quite a while. And recently she said, oh, we only broke up a few days ago. So she lied. And if she can lie once, she can lie again. Like, once a liar, always a liar.
Sam, I don't even want to talk shit. We're gonna set the record straight. I don't know who the fuck is watching this right now, but I didn't slid into any DMs. Okay? I didn't slid into any DMs. My DMs are slidable. People slide in them, and I decide if I want to talk to them. And let me tell you something. It took me forever to respond. Weeks. I have proof. Weeks.
Okay, question, Zio. Question. You say it took you weeks to respond to Tommy. Weeks. And you say people slide into your DMs all the time, yeah? You just said that. So people slide into your DMs all the time, which means like you got message after message after message after message coming in. So are you saying that Tommy kept contacting you? Like over and over and over again? You're saying that you left it alone for a long time, for many weeks. So Tommy just kept sending messages, kept sending until you finally responded? Because that's the way it's sounding to me. You know, I don't think you would respond to somebody that just messaged once, like weeks ago. Maybe the message might get buried amongst all the other messages. But it sounds like Tommy was pretty persistent.
Okay? It took me weeks to respond. I shouldn't have said that out loud. You guys are just getting shit from me now. I don't like that. I'm just saying, it all started with this girl. She came on my IG. This girl on Instagram commented, Zio slid into Emily's DMs. That shit pissed me off. But that pissed me off. Like, me message somebody. I was gonna say something. Damn, I gotta watch my fat mouth.
And then we've got Aunt Tammy, who's been
Eh.
making quite the use of her YouTube community tab.
Bittersweet.
Okay, so Aunt Tammy writes, bittersweet, coming from a family that makes you feel like you have to prove everything at some point or another. I save everything. In addition, it makes me a very honest person, almost to a fault. But it's easy for me to keep my stories straight that way. My stories don't change depending on who I'm talking to. The good, the bad, the truth. Yeah, Aunt Tammy's got receipts going back years ago.
Coming from a family that makes you feel you have to prove everything at some point or another. I save everything. In addition, it's made me a very honest person, almost to a fault, but it's easy for me to keep my stories straight that way.
You know, I think Aunt Tammy worded her community post this way on purpose, especially that last part of the first paragraph, I save everything. She's letting Amber know, I save everything. I've got the receipts. I can pull them up if I want to. She's letting Amber know, look, I have deleted nothing. So whatever it is you say, whatever lie you tell, I've got proof of what I said. Like that was a direct message to Amber. I save everything.
My stories don't change depending on who I'm talking to. The good, the bad, all truth.
Shots fired. That's shots fired to Amber. My stories don't change depending on who I'm talking to. And she's looking at Amber saying it. That's a direct shot at Amber.
Gosh, looking through all these conversations, been a very long road to arrive at a dead.
And now Aunt Tammy is back for round 2 and talking to reaction channels, and Amber's reacting to that live.
I don't know what that means. Thanks for super chat. Okay.
Oh, so GL says, Zio says you're harassing her. Are you harassing her, Amber? Are you harassing her? Because I wouldn't be harassing her. Look, if you and Tommy are in a relationship with each other, if it's ongoing, even if you're not, don't get mad at anybody new to the situation. You can't get mad at people that are just coming into it. You don't know what Tommy has told Zio. Tommy might have said, yeah, I'm single as a Pringle. I ain't got nobody. You don't know what Zio has been told, but you're harassing her now? Wasn't it Tommy that you were involved with? Shouldn't it be Tommy that you get mad at versus some other woman?
Oh, now I'm okay. I didn't know sending one message to someone is a harassment. Pop off. Okay. I was having stress heart palpitations earlier.
By the way, why are you sending even one message to Zio? For what reason? You're supposed to be broken up with Tommy, correct? You two are supposed to be exes. You're supposed to be done with each other. So why in the world would you send a woman a message regarding the person that you were once with if you're no longer with them? Make it make sense.
And last night, just a floating head. Is my camouflage working?
Whoa, what's going? Hold on. Wait a minute. Do that again.
Is my camouflage working?
Whoa. Bro. What's going on with your hair? Amber, please brush your hair. It looks very knotted back there, ma'am. Very knotted.
Hi, baby. Anti-boring and serving lukewarm tea. Oh my god. It's like genuinely not it. And it's never gonna be it. And it's not it for me. Oh, Rosie, I'm gonna make fun of anyone's looks if they make fun of mine. So I just want to start off. Actually, I have a few notes. Before I start actually reacting to this. Imagine undiagnosed BPD, thrown around, just got out of like thrown around foster homes, kicked out again, like thinking you're gonna have this relationship with your mom. Like, yeah, it was a little hecticana, but like you're hecticana because why? Like, you were a lot older than me. I could have learned by example, but instead I was thrown out yet again, all because like I stood by my mom's side. But like, let's talk about like what happened the last 2 years. I have genuinely done nothing to you. I can't believe anyone is questioning your beat.
According to your aunt, you lied to her. You absolutely lied about the bag lunches at work. And you may think, oh, it's not a big deal. I just lied about bag lunches. I didn't want to eat healthy food. But telling a lie to somebody, it makes them wonder what else you're lying about.
BPD, you are very BPD. I am very BPD. You have to have awareness to be able to heal from it somehow. You can't fully heal, but you can like work on your shit. Like, it's something I'm gonna have literally forever.
Truly, that's been my world for the longest time. Like I had posted earlier, come from a family where you know you're gonna have to prove that you're not lying or that you're telling the truth or whatever at some point, and that's why
I never once like called her a liar.
keep every
This super chat saying, can you stop with BPD as an explanation? I worked on my diagnosis for 4 years, and you are clearly in need of some work on it too. It is insulting, kind of. Amber has issues. I think we can all agree Amber has issues. Is she interested in healing her issues? No. Is it her choice to heal them or not heal them? Yes. Right or wrong, she has the right to decide what she wants to do with her body, her mind, her emotions, her life. Like, she can choose to be as broken or rotten or evil or vile or as disgusting or out of pocket as she wants to be. Like, but I do not like how she uses things from the past and uses things that are wrong with her as almost like a get out of jail free card, as a pass to act badly, to hurt people, to be hurtful, blaming what happened on the issue rather than herself. And she uses BPD as an excuse for everything. It's just wild.
conversation I've ever had with this girl. So I've been looking through a lot of them today. The one thread, because of course she's had several different phone numbers throughout the years, but one goes back, 5 years, just on the one that I looked at today. But it talks about a lot of the things that she likes to talk about. Of course, I have my receipts and she don't keep anything.
You don't.
Boom. That's a warning, Amber. So she just gave you a timeline. She just said, look, I can go back at least 5 years. I've got receipts going back at least 5 years. I save everything. That was a warning. That I feel was a warning. That was a message. I've got receipts that go back years. I've got everything. That was Aunt Tammy saying, keep talking, keep lying, because I got receipts to back up everything I'm saying.
Keep anything. I still have all my phones, so that means I do have my receipts and I do have my text messages.
So the November 1st date, yes, is my sister's clean date, but as most of you seen on her video, the way she said, she even got married on my mom's clean date as if it was some crazy psychotic decision that I made because I'm obsessed with them or so here's the truth behind that. That is my anniversary date with my husband. We got together on November 1st, 2012.
I actually genuinely don't care.
See? This is how she reacts when she's confronted with the truth. Amber did her live stream and she made a big deal and trying to paint Aunt Tammy in a bad light, saying like it was my mom's sober anniversary date, making it sound like Aunt Tammy was doing something wrong, getting married on that date. And Aunt Tammy is explaining, that's when I met my husband. And that's the day we got married. It wasn't throwing any shade at her sister, Amber's mom. It was just the day she met her husband. And Amber, being the narc that she is, she's going to brush it off like, I don't care. She's not going to acknowledge what Aunt Tammy is saying as, oh, like that has merit. That makes sense. Of course, she's not going to say that. She's going to brush it off. Oh, I honestly don't care. Well, you cared the last live stream you did. You were making a big talking point with your audience, making Aunt Tammy sound bad. And now that Aunt Tammy is explaining why she got married on that date, your answer is, I don't care. Of course it is. Of course it is. Because you don't know what else to say.
I genuinely don't care.
You cared before. You monetized how much you cared. You were very passionate about it. Now you don't care at all?
You cheated on your husband to get with this guy. I genuinely don't care.
Kind of really weird that she would even go there, period, when in reality, I shared my special day. But we didn't.
Oh, and I love this comment. I love these comments. Elena says, why are you trying to use cheating as a drag when you've been the other woman not once, but twice? Right. Weren't you with people who were married before, Amber? You forget about that? Gabrielle says, you were in a relationship with a married woman, LMAO. Right. So she's trying to, again, throw shade at the aunt and say like, oh, you cheated. You were a cheater. But Amber, you were also a cheater. And you were involved with people who were in relationships, ma'am.
Plan it. My sister didn't be like, okay,
You shared your special day. Like, okay, that sounds narcissistic.
this is going to be the last day I use because it's my sister's anniversary, or vice versa. So it just shows Amber for Amber.
Normally, I wouldn't care about something like this, but I think it's because, like, I've known my aunt since I was 17, and she...
Reacticana says, if you don't care, then why did you bring it up last time? Amber's just not getting it. See, Amber is used to being on her channel and talking mad trash about whoever she wants because she thinks that the person she's talking about will not clap back at her. That's why she's felt free all these years to talk about ex-girlfriends, talk about family members. And this is a new experience for Amber. To have somebody that she talks about come forward and clap back immediately and set her straight. She's just not understanding how bad it's making her look. She's not understanding it, and she's not learning to, shut her mouth.
does make other people's joy, like, about her. I was so excited when...
You just described yourself. You are that person. You make everybody else's joy about you. Everything you're trying to say about your aunt applies to you. You're talking about yourself right now.
I was about to move into this apartment. Like, my aunt made it about her. She got so mad at me. Like, she blew up at me saying how she's never going to come visit me because of where it's located. Like, it was like unhinged. I started bawling my eyes out. She was so rude, genuinely, about my happiness. My aunt is a known, like, it's all about me type of deal.
Every single year that my sister celebrated a sobriety anniversary date, I would get her medallions, I would make her t-shirts.
Oh, I missed that comment. Go ahead.
My mother was getting in my sister's head saying, well, because knowing that I celebrated my sister's sobriety to the extent that I did, my mom was saying...
And then you stopped doing that because you and my mom got into an argument 2 years ago. So, sorry, I got distracted. I saw my dad's name. But thank you for the money. For the last 2 years, I have cried to not only my mom, but I've cried to my grandma about why is my aunt doing this? Like, why didn't she say happy birthday to me? Why didn't she invite me to Easter? Like, why won't she respond to my text? Like, why won't she call me? Why won't she come visit me? Like, she knows I don't drive. She knows I don't have a license. Like, she has a license.
Okay, you know what? Stop right there, Narc Queen. Stop right there and let's ask a different set of questions. If your aunt mattered to you so much, what about you? What about the things that you could have done? Did you ever go try to see her? Did you ever like call nonstop? Did you ever try to make contact? Did you ever try to do anything? It's all about what about her doing for me, doing for me, doing for me? What about the way she's supposed to contact me? She's supposed to reach out to me, care for me, me. You're in your narc brain. It's all about what people do for you, them reaching out to you. But what have you done? In what ways have you expressed your care, your concern, your wanting some sort of a relationship or conversation or something? There's a whole lot of eyes going on here, a whole lot of you. That's what I'm hearing right now.
She drives. She has a car. She has the free.
And okay, so she's got a car and she can drive. How much money do you make? You make a lot of money, Amber. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude here, but ma'am, if you're over 500 pounds, you're eating quite well. That means you got enough money for an Uber. You can take a trip to go see your aunt. Can't you? I know that you can't drive, and that's fine. But you can't call a taxi? You can't arrange for a way to go see your aunt? No? There's no way in the world that you can go see her. Go talk to her instead of a meeting of some kind.
Freedom that I do not have. So she has it like one step easier. Like none of that ever happened, and it's not because of me. Keep ignoring.
Stop. So what you're saying is, oh, my aunt has a car. She's got a driver's license. Because she does have a car and she's got a driver's license, and it would be easier for her to come to me. She should spend money on gas to come see me. Although I make a lot of money myself. I could easily arrange to go see my aunt somehow, some way. You're looking at it, oh, it's easier for her than it is for me, therefore she should do it. If you care enough, you would do it.
Your super chats. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to like do this and like have a lot to say. It's hard for me to like do everything at once, but and super chats like get me off of my like the topic of what I'm saying. So now I don't even remember what I was saying. So
on that day, I presented my sister with a very special medallion privately at my wedding, and I have text and pictures and all that to prove every bit of that. Should I have to prove it? No, but again, I have it all in case I have to. So when she said that, it really did shake. I was just like, wow, this girl is just beyond a piece of work. She says that I never tried to be a good aunt to her. When I read back all these texts that
she just said she hopes you disown her. I haven't gotten there. It is what it is. But like, I don't give an actual shit about what happened in my mid-20s, what happened in my early 20s, what happened in my 20s in general. During my whole 30s, things have been fine. And this is just becoming extremely overwhelming to the...
Stop right there. Everything in my 30s has been fine. So the relationship with Beck was fine. The relationship with Jade was fine. The relationship with Emily is fine. If everything was fine, why did those people break up with you? Why do they all have, like, except for Jade? Jade's not come forward yet. Like, all the horrible stories that have come forward about you. If everything was fine. If you were fine. Why is it, Amber, that it doesn't matter if it's friends, ex-girlfriends, family members? Why are all these people telling similar stories about you? if you got a whole room full of people saying the same stuff about you, there's got to be something to that. You got a whole room full of people saying you're a butthole, then maybe you are the butthole.
Point that I'm having literal heart palpitations. Like it's not just this, but it's just with everything going on online, and then the things that in my real life that I also do not talk about. I've always been like trying to be a good like aunt to her. No, let's talk about the nows. Let's talk about the last 2 years. Let's talk about the 5.
I am done with this girl over the years. I wish I had an aunt like me.
Yeah.
Did she just say, I wish I had an aunt like me?
Amber, stop it. The whole tongue clicking thing, just stop it. You weren't doing that before. You're doing it now. I don't know why. Quit it. It's annoying.
If that's not a narcissist, I don't know what is. You want to?
No, that's not a narcissist. That's not a narcissist. Somebody standing up to you and calling you out on your bad behavior, calling you out on your recklessness, on your thoughtlessness, on perhaps a dangerous lifestyle. That's not a narc. That's somebody who gives a damn. Let's be real. Amber, you got a problem with food. And that problem is yours to fix or not fix. But on top of the problem with food, which has made you very, very unhealthy, now you are involved with somebody who is only going to make the problem become worse. They're going to encourage you to get sicker and sicker. And what's really twisted is that this individual seems to have some sort of sick, twisted fetish revolving around very, very, very overweight, sick women who might be close to death. Is there something about that? And Emily, again, I don't know the exact psychology. I am not her doctor, nor do I want to be. But I think that Emily has a fascination with death. I mean, I was talking to a friend of mine about this today, and there's a thing called Munchausen by proxy. But with Emily, it involves adults. That might be the case here. I don't know. But Emily is someone that she's attracted to really, really large women. But not just that, it doesn't stop there. Women who are very, very large, as really big, and she's very attracted if the woman is extremely sick, perhaps in the hospital, perhaps bedbound, like really close to death. I don't know. Maybe Emily wants to be the greatest love of that woman's life before she passes over. And then maybe Emily wants that moment to happen because afterwards she gets the condolences and I'm sorry that happened to you, and she gets to cry at the funeral and everybody feels sorry for her and she gets attention. Maybe that's part of it too. Is being there for that person, knowing that you are the last person to love them before they pass over. But part two is all the attention that she gets because of that person's death. You know, being at the funeral and crying and doing the eulogy, it's sick. It's really sick. Emily is literally the angel of death.
Aunt like that?
And Aunt Tammy sees that and she's like, I don't like where this is going. Amber is already sick. She is addicted to food. And now she's around someone who is only going to encourage that addiction and never encourage her to stop. She's with someone that might either put her in the hospital or a casket before they move on to the next person. Aunt Tammy cares. And maybe this whole thing of coming online It was a last resort. Amber is an extreme person. She's an extreme narcissist. And maybe the aunt's thinking was, in order to maybe get through to her, I've got to go big. I have got to go big. I've got to do something big to get her attention because she's such a huge narc. She's not going to listen.
Honey, you're not going to get one because they're very rare. To be that monstrous and cruel is very rare.
I wish I had.
You know what, Amber? I've listened to Aunt Tammy twice. I'm going to tell you my impression of your aunt. She doesn't strike me as a cruel person. She doesn't strike me as a malicious person. That's you all day. You are a cruel, malicious person. You're very manipulative. You're very controlling. Your aunt doesn't strike me as that kind of a person. She strikes me as someone that she's just not going to take your crap anymore. She's not going to take you lying about her and the family anymore. And from here on out, if you lie about her or the family, she's going to set you straight. If she's got receipts going back 5 years and she's not coming online and blowing up the internet, revealing all of them, giving all the dirty tea, she's not cruel. From what I have seen and what I have heard, she's only responding to what you say. That's it. That's all. She can easily get on her channel, make a whole bunch of videos with all those receipts and blow you out of the water. But she's not. She's very controlled with what she's saying.
Anybody in my life that tried as hard as I did to be a person for Amber, through it all, even when she disrespected me and lied to me over the stupidest things that didn't even need to be lied about.
Okay, Amber says cruel. What are you talking about, girl? She took you in. There you go. She took you in, Amber. So how was she cruel? Your aunt coming online and just simply giving another side to the story of your lies, that's being cruel. You coming online and telling a bunch of lies about your family is cruel. Thinking I could just monetize my lies and nobody's going to say anything.
It's like this whole lying bit. I have talked about this literally even recently. How when I was undiagnosed with BPD, I would go.
I have heard, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. I have heard that Amber has not been diagnosed with BPD. Is that a self-diagnosis? Did she diagnose herself? Because that's what I've heard, that she didn't officially get diagnosed with BPD. Or am I wrong? If I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. I need to know. Did she diagnose herself or did somebody else do it? Somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Through the lengths of doing these, I would do these tiny little lies just to prevent people from like leaving my life.
So you're excusing the lying. You're blaming it all on the BPD. When you've got enough money and you could have been gone to therapy all this time, all these years, and work through your abandonment issues, work through all of your issues. Maybe it wouldn't be all the way solved. I guess it all depends on you as a person, you know, as far as like how you heal and how fast and how things can be worked through. But you're basically saying, I'm allowed to lie. I have BPD. It's the BPD's fault. No, the BPD does not control your mouth and your mind and your thoughts and what comes out of your mouth. You can't do that. I'm sorry. No. If you got abandonment issues and they are so bad that you tell your quote unquote little lies, it's time to go to therapy. It's time to work on those abandonment issues because they're a problem. You're in your 30s and they're still a problem. And they're going to continue to be a problem until you get them healed.
just because I had that such strong fear of abandonment. And that is something with BPD that they do.
Don't classify every person with BPD. I'm sure every person with BPD is different. Everybody handles things differently. Stop blaming everything on BPD.
So when I was diagnosed, this awareness clicked.
So again, was she diagnosed or not?
I was like, whoa. So to continuously throw things in my face that not only did I think that we healed from, but we apologized from, and we have talked about ad nauseum, especially to throw it in my face publicly, is monstrous. And I hope you do find an aunt like that, but you won't, because they're rare.
But I still wanted to keep loving her. And part of the reason why I'm so hurt right now, she says that she texted me in February, something with that picture. That was true. And I did only heart it. Oh my gosh, I'm such a horrible person.
Like, it hurt my feelings that all she did was heart it, because I'm sitting here trying to like reach out. The fact that like she only hearted it, it was like the last straw for me, where it's like, okay,
Do you see how much you're blowing this up, Amber? So what, you wanted a bigger reaction from your aunt? She just hearted something. That should have been enough to satisfy you. But you were what did you want? Like a whole manifesto? Did you want like a whole, like the 16-page email from her? Like what you're saying is the reaction that she gave me, it was not sufficient. It was not satisfactory enough. I wanted more. I expected more. I did not get more. Therefore, I am not satisfied. My narc brain, my narc soul was not satisfied. I'm reaching out to you. I expect a big response. And you didn't get it. She hearted something. And you felt insulted by that? Because you wanted more. Unreal.
I can see through the lines. It's very clear to me this woman like wants nothing to do with me, and I genuinely don't know why, because I didn't do anything.
There we go. Wiggleworm says you hated that she only hearted it because you're a narcissist and it wasn't enough for you that she wasn't obsessed with you. Thank you. Exactly.
You're genuinely just like out for blood. And honey,
No. She's not out for blood. 5 years of receipts. Amber, if she was out for blood, you'd know it. 5 years of receipts that she could expose. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that Aunt Tammy could say that she's not saying. This is not her being out for blood. I've been listening to Oh Lordy, It's Shorty, his live streams. The tone, the words that are used, the way that they're used. I don't hear someone who is red-eye rage and they're out for blood. Like they're going for your throat. I don't hear that. That's not the atmosphere. What I hear is a woman who has been hurt. You hurt your aunt. I did a tarot reading on your aunt and your mom. Both of them are sad. There is a deep sadness there. Your aunt, she's just done. She's done. And you can be done with somebody and not be out for blood. Being done could be as simple as just turning your back and walking away. You just reach a point you're like, there's nothing I can do here. There's no way I can help this person. I've tried. I've really tried. I can't go any further. I can't do anything else. Therefore, I'm just going to turn around and walk away. And that's what Aunt Tammy has done. And I think the reason why she's opening her mouth now about you is, like I said, she's tired of you talking trash on the family. And she's scared of you being with Emily, what that's going to lead to. Maybe the family knows about your health problems, how bad they really are, how much worse you're getting, and that's causing a lot of concern. Maybe Tammy coming to the internet, coming to YouTube, it was an act of desperation to try to get your attention and wake you up, although I don't think it's going to work. You are too caught up in your narcissistic ego, that narc bubble, to want to come out and change. But still, she's your aunt and she tried.
I have plenty of blood, and now I'm also out for blood. So like my aunt is glued to her phone, and it's like I know based on the past, when my aunt is out of town for work, she's still glued to her phone. She can
Why? Amber, you don't work a regular job. What are you talking about? You're being shady. When she's at work, she's glued to her phone. Are you throwing shade at her for having a job? Are you when you don't even work? You're so desperate for content that you're actually reacting to a reactor. Think about that. Large channel, making all kinds of money. You can't be bothered to make your own content. You're reacting to a reactor. I thought you hated reactors, right? You hate them. But you'll gladly react to them and make money. It's an easy way to make money on your channel. It saves you from making content, right? Of course.
still respond to me. You can respond to me when you get home. You can respond to me when you get back to the hotel. You can respond to me when you're peeing. You can respond to me, but you didn't because you chose not to. I'm a lot calmer this stream, you guys, because I'm telling you, the heart palpitation stuff like genuinely scares me.
You're over here talking about heart palpitations. Okay. Does that mean your health is bad? Shouldn't you be going to the hospital, seeking medical help? Like, you're talking about heart palpitations. Why do this live stream? Why not turn off the camera and go to the hospital? You're making a big deal about it on live stream, but you're not going to the hospital. You're not going to see a doctor.
I don't want to die early. I don't want to die due to stress. Can you imagine? God.
I was. Because if you think about it, I waited all this time for Amber to not only be in my life in a healthy way, but she's moving like 10-minute drive from me. Like, holy crap, I was so excited. Let me just use my mom as the example because it's part of the formula. So I'm talking to my mom. She's in my life. And my sister is talking to my mom. They're in each other's lives, right? My mom doesn't have a lot going on in her life. She's elderly. She's sick. She doesn't really do a lot. So really the only thing that she has to talk about is medical stuff and me and my sister. So when she talks to my sister, she may say, oh, your sister's in so-and-so city. They're doing this. Or your sister's sick. It's just normal conversation. It's not talking bad about the other person behind the back or stirring the pot. It was just...
When I'm with my grandma, we talk about all kinds of stuff. Like, we laugh so hard our ribs hurt.
Amber went over to my mom's house one day and was playing cards. And maybe she didn't like the way Amber was talking to my sister and would mention that to me. So when Amber says I haven't been around for 2 years, I don't know nothing.
I'm not gonna rip.
I know a lot.
When I first moved here, me and my mom would have very, I'm gonna say right in the beginning, it was kind of lighthearted. It was like that honeymoon phase of like, oh my God, like, and then as like a couple months go down, like you have to talk about the hard stuff. Me and my mom were talking about getting mother-daughter therapy together.
You can read between the lines, I know a lot. My sister is obviously shaken up by this, but I heard on the end of that call, it's very, very low reactive because
my mom is very shaken up, which reminds me, when my mom called me in my last live stream, I immediately told my mom, you're on live stream. So my mom was very low energy. She was not going to share anything super personal. But after the live stream, when me and my mom saw each other and communicated, it was a completely different story. My mom is genuinely hurt by this. Not only is she hurt, but she is genuinely shocked.
They know.
But what about your role in all of this, Amber? What about your role in all of this? A lot of this connects back to you, doesn't it? You're the connecting point. If you had not gotten online and talked trash about your family, would we be here today? Would this live stream have happened in the first place? Probably not. Let's go back even further. Like all of that trash that you talked about Beck, even after the two of you broke up, just kept talking trash about Beck, talking trash about Beck, talking trash about Beck. You just wouldn't shut up. And finally, Beck had enough. And Beck said their piece on their channel, put some stuff out there, which sent you into a tailspin. Would Beck have made those videos that they did if you had just shut your mouth? No. Those videos wouldn't have happened. Those videos happened because you refused to shut your mouth, because you refused to stop talking trash. And here we are again, this time with your aunt. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So you would have thought that you would have learned a lesson that you can't just talk trash about people and not get away with it with Beck. But I guess you didn't learn. So here you are experiencing summer school with your aunt. And we would not be here had you just kept your mouth shut with the aunt. We would not be having this conversation.
How I am, and that I keep all receipts because it's something I've said since day one.
So it's weird that she's like, I keep all receipts. That's like a weird thing to say, like in general.
2 hours later.
It is what it is. I try my very hardest every day to be a good person. And for my aunt to put this all on blast is gross to me.
All the things that she said in that video.
I'm sorry. She's over here trying to fake cry. There is a big difference between narc tears and real tears. What you're seeing in front of you right now is narc tears. She's not crying for the fact that she feels sad over, like on the inside dialogue of, this is horrible. She's not thinking on the inside, this is horrible. Like, this is my family, and this is so bad. This hurts so much. That's not why she's crying. She's crying for herself because she's mad. She's mad that she's getting called out. Narcs hate to be called out. They hate to be exposed. They want the power to tell their lies and get away with it. And she can't get away with it no more. And that's what she's crying over.
Was to get to me. The bed bugs, like, that's pretty funny that she even brought up bed bugs at the time that she did, right? Yeah, it's to make me come off like I'm this dirty person, right? There's a little bit of truth in that. My house did have bed bugs just a few weeks ago. We stay in hotels almost every weekend. And when my husband came back from Salt Lake City, we got a couple bites on our arm. I got rid of my bed and my living room furniture. It's just the way she says it, as if it's this horrible, like.
This isn't the first time that someone has genuinely used me as a punching bag, because I always forgive.
You said you're.
I want to say something for Aunt Tammy about the whole bed bug situation. People associate bed bugs with filth. They think that bed bugs mean you're automatically filthy, dirty. But as Aunt Tammy just pointed out, people that stay in hotel rooms, you can easily bring home bed bugs. I mean, they look like little apple seeds. And they can hitchhike a ride on your shoes, on your clothes, in your luggage. They're so tiny that they're so easy to miss. Like people have found bed bugs in hotel rooms, in motel rooms, even in movie theaters and in buses. You know, like you got to be careful where you go these days. You know, so I can easily see if they travel all the time and they stay in hotels and inadvertently bringing home bed bugs. I mean, sometimes that happens.
Myself, I haven't seen you in 2 years. Why would I be taking out the fact that I have bed bugs out on you?
Then why are you doing this? My mom came up with a good thought. She was like, I wonder if her seeing us at the Chinese buffet, because we went to the Chinese buffet like a week ago, and my aunt, the only reason why she knew is because she was also there. But she saw us, we didn't see her. My mom was wondering if she saw all of us, me, my mom, my grandma, and my stepdad, all of us just laughing, having a good time, and it pissed her off. And while I'm over there crying about it, she's thinking of when can I speak to Snowflake? Like, what?
In fact, when people heard that, like people that know, they're like, they're one of the kindest people I know. I'm like, yeah, but like,
I went to your house. You are not one of the cutest people.
I mean, really.
I was in your home.
And then another part that I heard was, you know, in her old video when she came, we went out to bowling and we went camping, and then when she came back to live with me, it was boring and we didn't have food. And something I'd like to say about that is I was struggling back in those days very much in multiple ways.
You made it seem like this was a secure place. I was someone who was in foster care. There was so many people there. My mom had to sleep on the floor. It was a mess. There was cockroaches. Like, there was no food. I helped with the food stamps. I was very glad to help. I didn't get a job because I had nothing.
Okay, Amber, I don't know the living situation then. I don't know all the lore, and I'll be the first to admit that. Like, I know a lot of foodie lore. I don't know as much about you. But I got my thoughts about you saying, oh, we're staying there and there were cockroaches, blah, blah, blah. So you were staying there and your mom was staying there. Your aunt took both of you in, right? Right. So even if the living conditions were not the best, it was a place to stay, was it not? Maybe a little bit of gratitude in your attitude that you had a place to stay. I mean, even if you don't live in the best conditions, you can make them better, can you not? Like you're pointing out, she had cockroaches and blah, blah, blah. Then fix it. Get some bug spray. But how can you sit there and walk in somebody's house when you have no place to stay and criticize how they live when they're putting a roof over your head?
I didn't have a car. Like, there was no such thing as Ubers back then. Anything. I didn't have like internet. Like, I didn't even exist pretty much.
And then she lied and said about food stamps. She never got food stamps living with me.
Yes, I did. I had food stamps living with you, and I had food stamps with grandma. This is the first time she's actually like downright lied about something. Right here. She just lied. That is the first time she has lied.
She didn't live with me long enough to get food stamps.
How do you get food stamps receipts? Because I wish I could show them.
I call my daughter and I ask her, Ashley, I'm just wondering if I can't remember something.
So Bing says, at least you had a mattress, be grateful. Exactly. If you had nowhere to go, if your aunt took you in, even if it was for a day, you had a place to stay. You had a safe place to stay for a day. Be grateful. Acknowledge that. Acknowledge the fact that somebody took you in when they did not have to. Even if the house was not the best, there might have been cockroaches, it's still a home. So you live there. You made use of living there, and then here later on you're gonna poop all over it. Come on now.
When Amber did
Yeah,
I
anxious.
don't even have to finish, and I was like, she never had food stamps. What is she talking about? On top of that, my daughter was only 18 years old at this point, and she was working at a Sonic drive-in. And when Amber and her brother were trying to fly home, their baggage was too heavy, so they would either had to have
My aunt is twisted. This is when I was too big and I had to buy an extra seat. So I had to call my foster mom and she had to buy another seat for me. What? When I was on my way to Oklahoma, I was sitting down. They came up to me and they said, "Can you come here?" They pulled me up to the little desk thing and they said, "You're going to need another seat." They could just tell based on my circumference, if you will. At that time, you guys, I was like 420 pounds. So I was big. Like I was a wide load. 10 to 15 minutes, I had to get onto that plane. I started bawling instantly. I called my foster mom. I'm not gonna lie, my last year of foster care, I lived with my friend's parents and they were pretty wealthy. Instantly, I knew, okay, they're gonna be able to help me in this moment. Thank God. My luggage was never too heavy. It was because I was too big and my foster mom had to literally pay for me to get an extra seat.
Hold on. I'm confused. How does too much luggage translate into you need an extra seat? When you get on an airplane, you can only bring yourself and a carry-on. And a carry-on can only be a certain size. You can't bring like checked in luggage on the plane with you. You got to check it in for a reason. So what is she talking about? How does heavy luggage, how does that work with I need an extra seat? What? And Amberlynn, if you were 420 pounds, then you should have known before you went to the airport you were going to need 2 seats. Were you hoping that you can get a seat for free? Because that's what Foodie does. Like just crosses the fingers and hopes that there's nobody sitting next to you and you don't have to pay for a second seat. And at that moment when you're in the airport, luck was not on your side. And so they were telling you you need to buy a second seat. So that's why you got upset. Because I don't understand what? I was carrying too much luggage, so I needed an extra seat. Your luggage does not need an extra seat. You do. You're not making sense.
I actually have a story time about this on my YouTube. What the fuck? I'm genuinely so confused of how she took that story and turned it into something, like warped it into something that's not true. When me and my brother went to visit, my foster family gave me and my brother money for the time there. So they did not have to spend any money on us.
Or they have to pay extra for a plane for the baggage. So my daughter at 18 paid it.
You didn't hear the full story though. I knew exactly what she was about to talk about because this is something that she said back in the Kiwi Farms days.
And she said that the foster parents would give it back to my daughter when she got home, never got it back. This is the same girl that took in her mom several times when she had no place to go, but never once in the hundreds of thousands of dollars that she is.
It's not a different story. When I went to Oklahoma, that is when she is talking about. It was the exact same time. It's not a different story. She said on my way to Oklahoma, I was too big for the seat. I had to buy a new one. My aunt is talking about when I went to Oklahoma. You guys weren't there. I was.
Wants to pay back that tiny little $60 thing that an 18-year-old child gave to her back then. Yeah. Yes, I was.
If she wants $60, I can give her $60. Like, what the?
You know, at times I've stopped watching her YouTube. Now I have seen what I thought to be every video she put out for years. And then there'd be times where I would have to stop watching. My whole entire family can tell you this. I wanted to know Amber so bad.
You ruined that though.
So I'm always trying, and I had to find out about Amber through YouTube. I would even tell Amber, I'm not just another YouTube follower. I'm your aunt. I shouldn't hear every detail of your life through YouTube. So I'm going to quit watching your videos. And if you want me to be in your life, you can let me know what's going on in your life. Well, instead of doing that, she would wait and then she'd come, are you watching my videos again yet? I really wish you would. Yeah, I could have done this years ago. I mean, I could have made some money.
Yeah, Jessica, like, what?
By now, don't you think? I mean, but that's not the intention. Never was, never will be. It's not that. I'm not jealous of Amber or her money. I live a
She just said it. She just said it. Let's hear that again. Say it again, Aunt, why you're doing this.
Keep watching it. Yet I was addicted to watching it, trying to help her. I couldn't stop. I still cannot, my brain cannot wrap around the fact. Let's even believe that, even though I could never, that she didn't really believe Emily was a feeder. Regardless, you know now. And after that big blow up that they had, and Emily did what she did, and all this stuff online, the very next day, we're talking again.
Okay, so you're telling me right now, a woman who was in an abusive relationship for 15 years, you think it's that easy to just be like, yeah, I don't love you anymore, I'm done talking to you? The fact that you can sit there and say that when...
Okay, stop, Amber. Again, I don't know a whole lot about your family. But you got to understand something. If you're someone and you've been in an abusive relationship, and I don't know how bad it was between your aunt and her partner. I don't know how intense it was or how physical it got. I wasn't there. I don't know the details. But if it was abusive, really bad, if you're someone and you've been through that, and you see someone, even a complete stranger, that maybe they're in an abusive relationship, it's going to trigger you. It's going to make you feel a certain kind of way. Because anybody who's been in an abusive relationship, you know how quickly things can go from 0 to 100. How bad it is, how dark it can get. So your aunt has been in an abusive relationship with somebody before. And I'm sure she's still got her memories and experiences of that relationship. She knows the damage that an abusive relationship can cause someone. And she's looking at you and Tommy. And maybe she sees some red flags. She sees that it's not a healthy relationship. She sees it's a toxic relationship. She's learned about the things that Tommy likes. And she sees right through Emily and what her intentions are. And you are her niece. And you may be vile. You may be disgusting. You may be a liar, but you are still her niece. And she's, in some respect, she cares. She cares. On a family level, she cares. And she and other members of your family are scared. And maybe they want to say something, but either they're too scared to say something, or they're just taking the stance of it doesn't make any difference. She won't listen to me. And so they say nothing. They want to say something, but they realize that there's nothing I can do. But your aunt tried to help you. She tried to wake you up. She tried to make you see what Tommy is doing. You know what Tommy is. You know what Tommy's into. You know what her end goal is. And you're deciding to be with her anyway. And again, that is your choice. You want what you want. And what you want is unhealthy. It is unhealthy. And so for that reason, your aunt is done. She's like, there's nothing I can do here. I could do nothing for my niece. She's lied to me. She's determined to stay with this fetish person who wants to harm her. And there's no way I can stop her. So I'm walking away from this.
You were in an abusive relationship for 15 years and you couldn't leave?
Wow. More information. So the aunt was in an abusive relationship for 15 years. Let me tell you something, Amber. If you've been through something like that, you don't want anybody else to go through it. Even your worst enemy, you don't want them going through it. And if you see somebody in a bad relationship, you're like, I don't wish that hell on them. I want to try and stop them from walking through the gates of hell. That's what she tried to do to you. If your aunt was involved in an abusive relationship for 15 years, don't you think that she could spot a bad relationship at 100 paces? Don't you think she'd have that ability? What's that old saying? You can't bullshit a bullshitter, right? You can't look in the eyes of somebody who's been through some stuff and lie to them. If there's something going on with you and somebody's already been there, you can't look them in the eye and lie. They'll see right through you. Maybe that's another aspect of your aunt that you don't like. You can't lie to her and get away with it. You can't manipulate your way around her. You can't control her. You can't guilt her like you do your mom. Nope, it don't work with her.
Doesn't make sense.
It was like, well, I guess it was the realization that Amber really doesn't want to lose weight. And I truly have weight.
I do want to lose the weight. Like, I'm genuinely miserable. This has nothing to do with Emily. I bet you voted for Trump.
Amber, you've gained so much weight since being with Emily. You yourself, you don't have the proper tools to lose weight. And you are not interested in gaining the tools to lose weight. You're not eating healthy. You're not going to therapy. You're not doing anything for your eating problem. And now you're with somebody that is only going to promote you to be unhealthy and be okay with it and back it up because that's what they want. You've laid out a formula for failure rather than success. You don't want to lose weight. You don't.
Talk about, I don't know if she's still sober. That is just to get underneath my skin. I don't drink alcohol anymore. She knows it's a touchy situation.
I don't believe anything you say.
Topic, so she wanted to put that out there, saying that I'm doing this because I may not be sober. I'm sober.
I didn't vote for Trump.
So it's always another issue too. I am the only one in my family that had anything to do with this. That is a firm believer that my sister should not be around alcohol. We never drink. Well, my sister's here. We have band practice at my house. And on those nights, we're definitely drinking nights. If we had him on a night that my sister made by, it didn't start until after she left. Amber had my sister take her liquor stores to get those buzzball things.
I would.
What? Y'all hear that? So Amber would have her mom, who's had substance issues, to take her to the liquor store to get buzzballs. Wow, Amber. Nice behavior.
Never go to a liquor store for buzzball. They're just at the grocery store.
It don't matter. If you have someone around you, a friend, a family member, you are fully aware of the fact that they've had issues with a substance. Should you be going to the grocery store to get liquor in front of them? No, absolutely not.
And every time I would drink, it's always like a last minute like thought process. It's never like, I never like plan to drink. So it's always something like, maybe I should drink tonight. And then I just like DoorDash it. So yeah, my aunt's wrong on that.
The Ozempic shot, this caused a fight with me, Amber, and my mom. Amber was making my sister come over to give her Ozempic
You guys know that. My mom was giving my Ozempic shot. My mom's thinking about taking Ozempic herself.
shots because she couldn't give them to herself. Okay, and my sister's a recovering addict. She'd have been triggered just one time from doing that. Why would you even ask? I don't know, it'd be easy to play victim again if my sister was to relapse, wouldn't it?
Oh, Tammy, you're vile. And Jordy, you too. You're fucking sick. Karma will come.
Way of control. It's a way of Amber getting anyone to do anything for her. She loves it. She loves it. When I heard about it, then I tell my mom, I am livid. I can't believe this. Why would she have my sister even around a needle, let alone it into her body?
My mom wants to take Ozempic herself. Are you going to get on her for that? I do not have my mom take me to alcohol stores. Like, everything you're saying is not founded in reality.
Maybe me and Amber need to get on a live and compare receipts and stories and see how that goes.
Let's do it. Get the fuck on my live, Tammy. Get the fuck on my live. We can do this. Square up. I'm ready for it. Oh, I'll talk.
I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna do it. I don't know if Aunt Tammy's going to pop up in Amber's live. Would it surprise me if it happened? No. I mean, things are already this crazy. It might happen. It might. And I'm loving that face right there. I've got to add that face to my collection. Thank you, Amber, for a thumbnail. Thank you. Thank you. That might be my thumbnail. Go ahead, girl.
Talk to her. I'll talk to her real good. Well, it looks like she just started her live stream and she put aunt in quotation marks. So I don't know if that is her disowning you or what, but.
Oh, I hope so.
Oh, I hope so.
I hope so. I really do want it to be like over at the end of all this. Yeah, she's very manipulative, so we'll see how that goes.
I literally want to message her and be like, I don't even count calories right now. I should. I know I've gained weight. I'm just like, I'm going through it. All right. I texted her.
Hello.
I think I have it figured out. Oh my God, that was hectic. So now I know I can just have my aunt like call me through Instagram. Okay,
That
cool.
work, yeah.
All right, thank you.
If y'all are on Facebook, that might even be better because the.
How did I forget about Facebook? Oh my God, Keemstar is. I have to get a Discord. He wants me to. You know what? More so than ever, I might actually go pop up on a show over there. Like I don't even care.
Like, I don't know that I got to cut this off here because of the music. I don't know where the music's coming from, but you guys can see like it's messy. It's real messy. And I don't know how much messier it's going to get. But if there's like a panel or something on Amber's channel, I'm sure it'll be on Twitter and I'll hear about it real quick. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.